Welcome to the League with your host, Benoy Thanjan. You might know me from the Maverick podcast and David Magid. You give us 5 minutes, we give you the latest clean energy trends. One of the ones that I wanted to talk about is um, everyone obviously is talking about high interest rates, and the Fed came out last week that they're going to keep high interest rates for a while, but it's actually really impacting the energy transition. This was a report that came out by Peter Martin from Wood Mackenzie. He's the head of economics and the lead author on this interest rates report. Basically, it said that higher interest rates could jeopardize the energy transition and impact the US's push for more domestic manufacturing, specifically solar panel manufacturing in the US, that with the Inflation Reduction Act, they're trying to increase and basically providing incentives to do that. It's interesting. He used some metrics, which I thought was pretty interesting. A 2 percentage point increase in interest rates have levelized the cost of electricity for renewables by as much as 20%, really impacting utility scale solar. And we've seen that, as being a developer of projects, it's taken a lot longer for projects to get developed because of the higher interest rate environment. Also, there's been supply chain issues, and the margins on utility scale projects are so slim that once you raise interest rates, it makes it hard to make these projects pencil. Also, it impacts the development fee in a negative way. So this was really interesting report that Wood Mackenzie came out with. The other major news that I thought was great here is the EIA came out with a study saying that solar is going to be the major driver of the energy transition in the US. EIA said that solar will provide 41% more electricity in 2024 than in 2023. EIA said that 19 gigawatts of solar capacity was added in 2023, and they expect this coming year 37 gigawatts. So from 19 to 37, which is almost double, which is a large jump in generation. And then they think in 2025, total solar generation is expected to grow another 25%. That's new generation coming online. That's pretty amazing. That's exciting for all of us in the US in the solar industry. It's interesting because solar still is a very small part of the energy mix. Just to give you an example, natural gas makes up 42%, coal makes up 17%, and solar right now is about 4%. But they expect by 2025 that'll be at 7% of total generation for solar in the US. And that's that.
All right. And Benoy, great. Those are great topics and really flowing very nicely into actually the next, discussion that we're going into with all this amazing, renewable energy that is going to be constructed and developed on all these forecasts. We're going to need a way to transmit all of this electricity. And best of all, Department of Energy just unveiled 10 potential national interest locations for transmission corridors. These transmission corridors have actually a request for information. There's information being solicited from the marketplace as we speak. The locations, are various, throughout the country. We have over 3,500 miles of transmission lines being proposed. Transmission lines running from New York to the PJM market, all the way from the Midwest. This is a very, very vast project that is being proposed. And with this transmission project that's being proposed, all that solar energy and renewable technology that's coming online that Benoy is speaking about, this is a huge opportunity to make a lot of money for developers, especially now, as these plans are being devised, identifying the locations of these transmission locations, substations, and trying to site early. John Podesta, White House, has been quoted on this transmission congestion corridor that's being proposed, that this is necessary for our energy transition. We're not going to be able to meet our clean energy transmission without distribution, of these renewable resources. So huge topic, very exciting to see what's going on. By the time you're listening to this, you're probably going to miss out on the webinar that's taking place tomorrow, but hopefully, you're in the know and you're already on it and you're ready to step ahead and have locked up land next to these transmission lines. Next topic that we're going to speak about today is related to the Maryland market And this is very specific towards their SREC program. This year, one very, very interesting bill has actually been put in place. This bill that's put in place, what it's doing is allocating 300 megawatts per year of projects that are maximum capped at 2 megawatts, as small as 20 kW. These projects get a multiple. Every single SREC that they're receiving, multiply that by 1.5. Next big adjustment that has occurred is the life of that SREC has increased from 3 to 5 years. Another huge, huge benefit. If you want, in case you're interested, Senate Bill 783. Read it, memorize it. It's the Brighter Tomorrow Act. You're going to see a lot of rooftop solar. There's carve outs for rooftop, lots of development, and that's that.